Hey, 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 welcome back. Welcome back to Scorpio Channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. Know that energy is fluid, roles could be reversed. Interpret the message as it best resonates. Also, know on this channel, I like to dive deep within the reading. So I do look at everything, but we take time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play it as karmic themes. Because a lot of times you're not connected to like anyone except for a karmic mate, someone that comes into your life to teach you a lesson. But we don't know that. Again, because when you first meet a person, they feel like home, it feels like a soulmate, it feels like so we don't have a way to differentiate. So what happens a lot of times is that we move too fast in a relationship and then we don't realize why things played out the way that they did. So understanding not just what your person thought in their head and what spiritual blocks that they had and how they're manifesting within the connection, but why are you attracting this person? Because what'll happen is if you break up with that person, you don't date them, you don't see them anymore, and guess what? You wind up meeting someone, they do the same exact thing. So people get caught up in the same karmic cycles, and karmic looping is this is the same exact experience just with different faces. So in order to heal the effects of trauma, because trauma is what? Well, it's a combination of astral energy and emotional energy held in the body as stress. It's what becomes your energy vibration. So, in order to integrate the spiritual lesson, which is what you'd have to do in order to really like change your energy vibration, because it's the subconscious thought, it's the trauma that you went through and the experience that is actually imprinted. So we've heard of like spiritual imprints, we've heard of karmic wounds. Well, they're all the same thing. It's again, it's that you went through an experience and that experience made an imprint on your mind. And if it was traumatic, you formed habits and behaviorisms due to that experience. So now you're out of that experience, but you get back into a similar experience and you're activating that wound. So again, not until you have the awareness and you say, well, what's for? Well, you're down here in physical form to learn and to manifest, and your energy, everybody in the world is made up of love, unconditional love. That's our perfect energy. It's the energy of the universe. It's the energy of God. It's the energy, that supernatural energy. So that's our God-given energy when we're born. We don't have ancestral karma, we don't have family karma, we don't have any of this karma. However, we're born into families that have that, and we a lot of times adapt to it because we have to learn. That's why we're down here. We're down here to learn. We're not separate from love by experiencing all different forms of love. Now, again, you go through an experience with a person that makes you feel inadequate, not good enough. Again, that keeps you in a lower energy vibration. So a lot of people feel that they can't move on, that they can't cut cords, that they can't. The reason why is because you need to integrate the spiritual lesson. And if you don't integrate the spiritual lesson, then you at least need to transmute that negative energy with replacing it with something else. That's why they always say the way to get over someone is to find someone else. We've all heard that term. Well, it's not really supposed to be that you find somebody else. However, it's the choice of focus. Well, in alchemy, we transmute negative into positive energy. Understand, for everything negative, there is a positive. So being able to see your situation from a different reality, because there's many different realities that play it at one time. The whole point of the shadow and the spiritual block is that you see things through a distorted perception that keeps you locked in a limited perception about yourself. And again, we're not aware. So they play out within our situations, they play out within our relationships. So the readings obviously have a different style to them because, again, a lot of times you wouldn't like your prediction. It's just, again, because we don't know, we're blocked. Or you don't know what the person is, more about what why. Like I said, you're blocked, so you don't know. So now, if you want to enter into wanting a free reading with me, you have to be open to a shadow reading. Obviously, you need to like the video, subscribe to the channel, because you'll be notified if I chose you. And if you didn't subscribe to the channel, there will be no notification. So that's the way that it works. So you have to write the word of the video, and the word of the video is always on the first card that I pull out, and it's the underlining energy that tells us why everyone's doing what they're doing. And that's important when people wear masks. And people that have shadows wear masks, and they create illusions, and they project a lot of shit. Vanity, we got that the other day. So I'm going to pull another one. Not uncommon to have the same energy a little bit, right? Again, someone's stuck in their ego. Someone cares a lot about what things look like. So if you're wondering, has this person changed at all? No, they haven't. Live your truth with love. That's the key. Yes. Hey, good evening, Siska. Over here, it's 4:20. All right, we're going to pull another one. Innovation. So someone likes what you're doing. I feel like you're very interactive within your community, or maybe you're looking good, you're taking good care of yourself right now. I feel like someone is watching you. You're not talking to this person, or if you are, they're not like being very transparent about it. And there's a sense that this person cares a lot about what they look like. And the vanity is, I feel like this person is like admiring you, but not all for what you look like, but for the type of person that you are. It's the package, it's the entire package. Now, this energy is almost like, I don't know why I'm feeling this, but I almost feel like this person saying, I can see now how you would look good with me. Like this person is like that, where before maybe they couldn't really see themselves with you as much. So again, thank you, Diane. But innovation is, I feel like you're always someone that reinvents yourself. You're always someone that's creating something. I feel like you're a creative. A creative is an intuit, is someone that's highly sensitive, but also tends to see the beauty in everything, tends to be a visionary. Okay, so everything that you do, and you may say, well, I'm not really that much into doing big projects. It could be even something small within things which you do in your home, like decorating. It could be anything. It's this person likes your flair. They like your essence. But I feel like you're a very deep person, and you are someone that's always creating. And that makes you very attractive, and not just attractive to this one person that's connected to you, but other people. And I'm feeling like this person's getting jealous. I don't know why I felt that. I don't know why. We're going to take a peek. I don't know why these are the underlining energies. We'll see how the story comes together. But almost like two totally different energies. Like I think like someone that's vain is someone that really, like I said, wants to be seen as beautiful for their outside look, where innovation, I always think is something inside. So I'm feeling like you're dealing with someone that's very opposite from you. I feel like when you met this person, they were either getting over someone, or they were still in the process of. So like this person was like, couldn't really give you as much. And, I feel like there was an instantaneous connection, but they didn't move through that entire relationship all the way. And they lied, because they bounced back a little back and forth for a short period of time, not long, but they were guilty of it. And I feel like this person, like I said, when you first met them, they were not 100% out of a relationship. Maybe they were just out of a relationship, but they didn't grieve the process. And I feel like this person normally doesn't do that. They're not a spiritual person by their vibe. You are a more spiritual person. Again, innovation, creative, visionary. So you met this person, and it's almost like opposites do attract because it's different. It's everything that this person needs, kind of that essence. We tend to like that go to people that have energies that we don't have. And this person, again, because of who you are, however, it's almost like I feel like your life was almost like too big for this person. So maybe you have a lot of friends, you're very interactive in your life. You're not someone that just goes to work and comes home and would be subservient to like a person that you were with, where I feel like this person tends to wind up with people like the second and then not like that energy. And the thing is, because they didn't really know what they wanted, you felt like it was always like a struggle, like it was always difficult, like it didn't really need to be as difficult as they made it. And the reason why is because, hey, they were very attracted and connected to who you are. However, again, I feel like this person, they weren't mature enough or strong enough within their sense of self, whatever it was, to really make that commitment with you, to make a choice. However, there was this very strong, more than the spiritual connection, because I feel like you inspired this person. You inspired this person. And you feel like this person doesn't try or never really tried, and they don't. I feel like this person tends to get wind up with people that come in and they do all the work for them. And it's a sense that they don't really, they want to be seen a certain way. Remember, they're vain, but they're also like someone that needs for you to always prove to them like that you really have feelings. And then there's just a laziness, just a part of this person that doesn't try. Now, also feel like when you have a spiritual block, what is that? It's a lot of thought energy, it's a lot of emotional energy, and that's very overstimulating. And I don't know if you've ever gotten overstimulated, but I know that I have, and it's a horrible feeling. It's like you get stuck in freeze. So it's almost like stuck in stupid, where this person doesn't know what to do with you. And it's like because they have feelings for you, but you're different from them. I feel like that things that they would feel comfortable to talk about, like you wouldn't feel comfortable talking about this person's vein. So they would talk about how much money they have. They would talk about stocks, bonds, things that they bought, where you're a doer, you're a creator, different energy. And the relationship was too intense. And that's what I'm saying. It's like because of the deep feelings, and then also the inadequacy that this person would feel was overstimulating, because I believe when a person is vain, they care so much about the appearance of themselves because of the lack that they feel inside of themselves. So that's another reason why they weren't really putting in that much effort. It wasn't just scared stupid, but it was also like, you need to like prove to me, you need to show me, and kind of holding back and toying. Thing is, they're dumb, because you're like in this energy where you're a creator, and you're not going to sit there and waste your time. Even if you're connected to them spiritually and you can't let go, you're like, I'm not going to undervalue myself. It's like you're giving me nothing. You're not putting in any effort. It's like you want me to do all the work. You want me to prove to you. But I feel like they came across cocky. But now you can probably see how a lot of it was that their insecurity. They're getting in their own way. And that's what a spiritual block is. It's like you get in your own way. Like do you have to make it this difficult? Yes, this person needs to make it this difficult. And then they act like they don't really know. It's like they play coy, which is what, who, me? I don't know. Because it's like, I don't really know what to do, and I don't really want to show the depth of my feeling. However, if I play coy, then I know I'm going to get you emotional. It'll trigger you. Then I can read how you feel about me. This is a person that's on a lower vibration. Someone that's vain, again, cares a lot about outside things, but what's going on inside? Now, it doesn't mean that this person doesn't have love or sensitivity. They do have sensitivity. However, I feel like they're not a healed, highly sensitive person. They're someone that doesn't like their sensitivity. It gets in their way. So they tend to not try to like make judgment calls on their emotions. They try to logic everything, and there's nothing worse than a person that has spiritual blocks in a certain area, and now they're going to logic it. So everything that they see and do is like done through like a distorted perception. It's like they're seeing everything through like a distorted mirror and then trying to like navigate through that. So everything that they do is either overcompensating, undercompensated, really insulting, comes out really insulting, where it's like because they're trying to act confident, but it's like you're not really acting confident. You're getting it in your own way. And then when you call them out on it, sit there and act like they don't really know where they do know. It's that, I have to go deep. It makes this person really feel like, and I think with you, you're like, I don't see any stability in this connection, but you can't feel like stability in a connection with somebody that's not stable in themselves. And I think that you bring that out in this person. And it's like, there's almost like a sense, because innovation is a sense of living your bliss, not so much getting caught up in the logical, analytical. So we see very paradoxical energy here, like I said, where a lot of times we know that the universe uses people to teach, right? So we're going to look and see what kind of relationship is this, because we can definitely see that this person is not on a high vibration. However, they are like, wow, I really like the energy of who you are. Like I've looked for those qualities in other people, and I haven't found them. And that's the thing. It's like this person is very logical, very analytical. They were always strategizing. So trust me, they've it's like they're not going to make a decision based on their emotions. They actually look for problems within a relationship to talk themselves out of being in a relationship, because they don't feel safe. They feel inadequate. And somebody that doesn't feel stable and cares so much about the appearance of that, where people again don't focus so much on that. However, this person does have feelings, because they wouldn't have feel guilty at all. It's like, and I think the reason why is because they're like, I never really met anyone like you, and I didn't really need to do that. Now, two fell out, so I'm going to take it, because like I believe in that there's never any mistakes. We project our patterns onto each other, and this makes it difficult to see what's real and what is fear-based thinking. So again, we know that this person feels like the relationship is triggering to them. Now you'd be like, I didn't do anything. You don't have to do anything. They have feelings for you. How you appear to this person. And remember, they didn't take the time to really get to know you. So whatever your appearance is, well, you have a job, you look good, you have friends, you have a life, like you look like you have your life all together. They're judging themselves. They're looking, they're saying, wow, you would look good hanging off my arm now. However, when you met this person, that's not what they were like. It was like, prove to me, prove to me, prove to me. So now again, this person was projecting all their insecurities the whole time onto you, and still kind of is, because now they're like thinking that maybe you're going to think the way that they do. However, there are subconscious fears that are affecting your ability to attract love and abundance. And that's this person. And possibly you're a magnet of whom what comes into your life. So what the universe is helping us make them conscious, obviously, because this relationship is difficult. Why am I in a relationship that's not going anywhere? It's like, why would I be connected? And the universe says, well, I'm helping you to make them conscious so that you can easily attract what you want, including each other. That's why. You see, you guys have a lot of like it's difficult. It's difficult. However, you wouldn't have unconditional love without, like, we wouldn't stick around long enough, right? We've been like, fuck this shit. It's like, I'm not dealing with this. It's like this person. I sh- I long ago shut down those parts of me that wanted love, romance, and intimacy, but you make me long for those things again. That's why it's overstimulating, you see? That's why. This person is not like it's a choice. This person doesn't like, it's that they get to a point where it's like, wow, I really do have feelings. Well, I guess I made a dumpster fire out of that connection. Then they have to come back. But hell, they don't want to have to come back and apologize. That would require being different, transparent, uh, vulnerable. Oh my God, compassion, they might melt. I mean, these higher states of consciousness, that which is what love is. God saying, I'm trying to push this person, so the universe keeps bringing more and more and more and more things. So part of those things will be signs and synchronicities. I'm going through a physical and emotional ascension symptoms. I need space to rest from a higher perspective. I'm releasing old energy. Well, I didn't really think that it was going to be that harsh, but spirit was like, no, this person needs like think of like lobotomy, only only a spiritual one. Like this person needed, again, look how they were acting. So immature, like they could control everything and for no reason to, like, again, just sabotage. So they have to almost come to a place of exhaustion. And so the universe helps. Like I said, like it said earlier, that the universe is going to help. And so, how does the universe help? Well, through making it difficult for this person. It's like, I'm going to make a few things happen in your life. So, you have to look at your life. I'm gonna do that because the universe says, well, the only reason why you're down there is to learn that you're not separate from me, which is unconditional love. However, you formed a lot of these blockages. I'm walking home to you. I don't know where I am on the path, but I'm walking it. So this person in the back of their mind, like, is saying, like, I'm holding on to this. And I don't know whether or not they're 100% conscious of it, or they're like, I haven't given up. I can still feel the connection. I still want to make this work. They're not thinking about time. They're not thinking about anything. It's almost like when a person goes through a dark night of the soul and they go through these ascension symptoms, it's not a pleasant thing. So they lose a lot of time and space, but there's a lot of, healing that's being done. A lot of old wounds are coming to the surface. This person is looking and saying, why did I do what I did? It's like, but like, where did this come from? But it's usually a bunch of things that happens. So in their mind, there's still that unconditional love. So they know. And that doesn't mean that, like I said, it's not conscious. It's almost like a knowing. And that, again, is what spirit is. That's God's language. That's the universe's language, which is claircognizance, which is, I didn't know how I knew that. ESP, through the heart and mind. I knew that that person was thinking of me. I could feel their energy, just the same way as you can feel, like if you're close to your mom or your dad or a close friend, you're like, I knew that they were going to call, and they called. Why is that? Because it's, again, we're only in physical form to learn. Again, through the grounding, through going through the situation. Part of the integration process is not just learning, but you have to embody the new consciousness, which when you left, yeah, that's pretty much what you did. And this person has to go through that whole process physically too, where they have to come back. When I let myself go deeper into thought of you, I can feel my heart opening. Well, we know, because obviously soulmate, that's the whole point, is This person shut down their heart a long time ago. They shut down love a long time ago. They, I guess, pretended that they didn't need it or didn't have to, like I said. Where is that card? But you saw it before, like I said, where they shut their feelings down a long time ago. Our inner child is calling out right now. I need to comfort them and become the parent. So understand there's inner child healing that's literally going on. And that's what these higher conscious relationships look like. Now, you're a mirror of who and what comes into your life. And if this person is really triggering to you, where they were coming in and out, well, Spirit's saying, well, guess what? Your inner child needs healing too, because no one should have been able to make you feel that way. So again, that you were experiencing a lot, right? Inner child needing healing. So Spirit saying, let's see what they're going to do. Again, we know that they're walking on the way back to you. Does this person really know like anything else? I don't think that they know. I think that they're like, this is all new territory. But we're going to pull just 3 more just to wrap up this portion. And then we'll see obviously why you attracted this person into your life. What's the healing that you need? Intuition, unknown. They're going by their intuition. It's the unknown. They don't, it's again, the high, it's a spiritual connection. So it's like, when I say, well, do they know what they're going to do? And Spirit's like, no, this is new territory. And it's a guiding, it's like a faith walk now. This person is coming from their heart now. They're not coming from their ego. They tend to come from their mind, their ego. They strategize. They're always coming from the wound. That's not that. This person is actually coming back a lot differently. They need to release the negative energy and also the toxic connections that they had. So that's part of it too. That Spirit says also, like when this person leaves, they're going to have a lot of negative energy onto them because they rack up a lot of negative energy by being avoidant, by acting like they don't care, by acting coy, by acting. It's not just you that they acted immature with. It's only you that they have feelings for, that they're actually going to step up into a better version of themselves. And that's because this is a past life connection. Otherwise, this person wouldn't give a shit. And that's why, again, you're so different from this person that, they're like, well, I can actually, I like your life. I like the person that you are, the fact that you didn't make big drama. But this person always has to like watch out because they create a lot of negative energy. However, they are releasing a lot of that negative energy. So they'll be in separation from you while they go through this process of, the ascension, clearing their own things, figuring out, healing their inner child, clearing out any toxic connections, which obviously if this person was coming from a low vibration, that they had a lot of people on the back burner or side burner, that not people that they were really feeding, but at one time, this person cares a lot about what they look like. Again, very vain. So creating that as their identity. This is not your identity. It's your shell. It's like, but they were making it like that because, again, not allowing yourself love cuts yourself off from all relationships, and then the low negative energy also, which is why this person's not really a stable person, because they're only coming from their wounds a lot of times. They're healing. And they're getting divine help. Spirit saying, like, what else do I need to tell you? That my hand is in here, like the divine help, all is well. And it's like, it's the fact that it's a spiritual love. It's not going to logically make sense. It's like that this person did all this bullshit and gets underneath your skin. And then you're like, okay, so they did all this to like figure out that they have feelings and they're going to come back to me, and like, I'll believe it when I see it. And spirit says again, my hand's in it, so you would never see it until it actually happens, because this person doesn't even know what they're doing. It's again, this is new territory, and they're being led by their intuition. So again, they're not nothing in advance. Everything is unknown to this person. It's new territory. It's just a spiritual connection. That's all that it keeps saying through this, that the divine's in here, that the divine's in here. Clearly, because this person doesn't know what the hell they're doing. But spirit says, yeah, but everyone's deserving of love. And everybody is love. And so if the person really says, this is what I want, I really want to change, I don't know how to. However, the universe will always conspire to bring you what you need. So again, this person is, but it's not coming without growing pains to this person. So that's why they're not like in contact with you. So we have to say, okay, so great. So why am I connected to someone like this that seems to like have all these problems? Like, and spirit says, well, how it makes you feel is obviously not like positive, and that shouldn't be how their issue should have nothing to do with you. You're like, how could it not? It triggers me. And spirit says, well, that's the whole thing. It's like, that's where your wounds are. That's how you know you have wounds. Because if it was an insignificant person, or knowing all this about this person, because a lot of you already say, I know that they already have problems, well, then you wouldn't take it personally. And so spirit says, card number one, loner, joy. These are your inner child cards. Innocence, water. So far, no bad cards. Optimism, literally. Inner authority. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to pull just one more. Sing. Not one bad card. So I believe it or not, I feel like this person triggered. Yeah, I feel like they triggered the shit out of you. But it was all about like being able to go with the flow of what's happening, not needing to control, wanting to control. Yes, that this person triggered you because of their wounds. However, the relationship is a soul's relationship. There really is an innocence to that. I feel like you're both highly sensitive, and there's an inner knowing to it. And it's like, I feel like there was part of you that, yeah, wanted this person to be in your life, but spirit said you needed to give yourself your own joy, your own happiness. You wanted this person to come into your life when really you needed to find things out for you without a person being there. So maybe you went through a transition, maybe there was a difficult time, you wanted this person to be there, where spirit says, I feel like you tend to be a little codependent. And that's just because you're a highly sensitive person, not because there was major trauma, but you want that. Where spirit says, no, I feel like you needed to give yourself the joy, and because you're someone that is optimistic and needed to be optimistic on your own also. So maybe trying to create something right now and there's no real support, and you wanted that person for support, and spirit says you don't need anything outside of you. This was about learning how to trust yourself, the inner authority, that your God-given, highly sensitive nature, your intuition is a gift that, again, you have to learn how to trust it. It is part of your identity. The water, that's the second chakra, your individuality, to go with the flow of life. That's also the passion of life. It also is that, the passion and the within a relationship, but spirit says in this situation, it was about going with the flow of life by creating more of yourself. It's again, and healing that second chakra. And that's by finding your balance and finding your balance by yourself without anyone. And that's, understand, if you were a highly sensitive person, if you were really innocent and you thought, well, people are going to treat me the way that I treat them. And then what happened is that's not what happened. It's like that you had to go through your own growing pains. I feel like your energy is much higher than this person when it comes to love, when it comes to spiritual things. So you didn't really need to learn that much, but it doesn't mean this person's not bringing in gifts. Also, you might just be helping this person more spiritually while they help you more later, and where maybe they can like build you a house or like do your taxes or something. Again, 10 people tend to bring what we need because this is a soul relationship. But Spirit says, I'm going to tell you one more time what you needed, because I'm like, give me a different deck, maybe. And then Spirit said, I told you already. It was about you releasing control again of how things look, of how this person, like what they were doing, what they do had nothing to do with you. That was all their wounds. You learning not to take it personally, letting this person have their unique unfoldment process without judgment of the way that they did it. Why? Because you have intimacy issues, you have trust issues. This person has trust issues. So you get trust, like trust is healed by allowing the person to is allowed to be transparent. They're allowed to have their unfoldment process. And it was about you again finding your the own joy, your own happiness, your own voice, your own like by yourself, like without that, to be not be codependent. So because again maybe you tend to get in relationships and lose yourself in the relationship, right, where you overgive, overdo, where Spirit's saying no, this was about you growing strong in yourself and needing to release control. Also growing up with a parent that you saw was really controlling and one parent wasn't. We tend to be like, well, the parent that was really controlling got what they wanted. So where Spirit's saying, yeah, but then it created intimacy issues, trust. And that's really at the most basic foundation what intimacy is. It's trust. But then if we go deeper, then it affects the bedroom, it affects the passion, it affects creativity, it affects everywhere in life, where Spirit says, no, this is about you still following your soul's calling, still doing what you need to do for you. So I'm kind of feeling like Spirit says, no, you're manifesting right now. You're creating. And I'm feeling like this person comes in at a certain time and then they help you to help transform certain things. Again, to help you transform certain things. And that's what the relationship is about. So is it a forever relationship? Who knows? But it's definitely here for a season, and that's really what it is. It's this person's very different from you. Remember that. That's how it started. Is that, wow, this person's like is a creator. They just kind of make something out of nothing. Everything that they do like has magic, or it seems so pretty or nice or put together, and they seem put together and they seem happy and their life seems easy. And it's like, well, you're not strategizing. You don't worry about every little thing. Like I said, like this person that I feel like worries, but they worry in relationships. So really Spirit says, believe it or not, the relationship is to help you both, not just one person. So we ask one more question, which I would like to ask one more question, which is, all right, well, if I decide to be, again, I'm not a Scorpio, but if you decide to be with this person, what is the outcome? All my lower signs are Scorpio, but I'm a Virgo, believe it or not. I need to master everything in Virgo, though. I'm not a good Virgo at all. It's like Virgos have their shit together. I'm a winged type of person. Positive action, Spirit says. It's again, you are creating, you are on your soul's path, that you are like putting a lot of time towards like work or just creating something. So what really Spirit's saying is all about taking positive action. Focus on the beauty in me and find silence. I live and honor the present by doing what I can do now. What I cannot change, I let go of and entrust to God. Mainly, again, a let go of the control, focus on what you can control, and don't give anyone that much power over you. Like this person, like again, I don't believe that they're on the highest vibration, but listen, that's what relationships do. They make us rise if we're ready to do the work. This person's ready to do the work. That's why they're coming in and they're doing it. So Spirit's saying, don't be paying attention to what they do. Pay attention to what you do. Don't let this person disrupt you, because you're not going to change them by saying change or being like, let me do it for you. Spirit saying no. And that may be really difficult for you because you get into a relationship and you're like, well, I like to help. And Spirit says no. It's like you help by walking the walk and having this person copy you. It's again, you already did that. Don't change who you are. So this again, relationship might be, hey, I'm getting someone that's on a lower vibration that is going to help me in certain areas with business or work or home. Again, they're definitely bringing in something, because the universe does not make it just so that one person learns and one person benefits. It's that Spirit saying you're both equally blocked, just in different areas. So it's again, it's not a twin because you don't have the same blocks. It's again, but this person is coming in and they're gonna help you, and there is love there. So again, but it doesn't mean they're on a higher vibration. They're raising their vibration through getting better character because they have feelings. Learning to love myself, what Spirit is saying. So obviously, like maybe if you were the healer and someone that always like, you know, gave and nurtured other people, Spirit saying again, it's more about paying attention to yourself, learning to love yourself. I choose the beauty in me. That's the second time that you're getting that card. That Spirit saying you don't need this person. This person is coming in. There is love there. It there to help. You are already still again on your purpose. It says so. What Spirit is saying my wealth lies in my nature and potential, and this is what this person was so attracted to. I transform my weaknesses into strength. I realize that I am a being of light and I allow myself to shine. So you're again creating, you're innovating, you're an innovator. So of course you're shining. That's what Spirit's saying. It's like this is your moment. So you don't allow somebody again to come into into your life and take your focus off what you're doing. And so, like I said, that's a challenge, especially if you're a highly sensitive person. You're like, well, I can't tell if is it my energy or is it your energy? And Spirit will say again, if you can't tell, then you're spending too much time. It's again, so building yourself, taking the positive action. So positive action wouldn't be like, I just work on my business. Spirit would say, I want to see you network. I want to see you still being able to get ideas. So again, part of that is like, you got to do what all the innovators do and the creatives do. You think Marc Jacobs just makes an outfit? No, he went to 1,000 different runway shows. He ate at 1,000 different restaurants. He saw a million different sunsets, and he takes pieces from everything and he creates it and he makes it into his own. Spirit saying, I need you in this high vibration if you're going to be with this person that's on this vibration. They already have feelings for you. You're not going in and fixing and doing. You did that before. It didn't work. That's why you're getting this person. It's like it's another test. It's considered a karmic. However, it would be karmic because by taking the energy off yourself and putting it on this person, you lose yourself. But Spirit says it's not one or the other. It's release control. Release control. To get rid of the person you're still controlling. It's like it's the focus is on you, on the beauty in on you, on what you're creating, on what you're doing, all on you, because you have to make this person do it. And not until you released did they even be like, oh well, now I kind of like the way that you would look on my arm. Now I can see how we'd be together. The whole time that you were nice, they weren't thinking that. So Spirit's saying we don't become somebody else. This person's attracted to you because, again, you're a creator. You're making things happen. It's like more than that they're doing. It's like, wow, that's exciting. That's not. It's like you don't stop being you, and that's what Spirit's saying. And this group might have grown up with a parent that was very overbearing. So every time that person needed something, whether it was a parent, a sister, brother, doesn't matter, or someone that you dated, then you abandon what you're doing. Spirit says, do not do that. Number one spiritual law. Don't abandon yourself, because the kingdom of heaven's inside of you. If you can imagine it, you can create it. But then when you're going and helping somebody else, then you're abandoning yourself. And so if the airplane goes down and you're giving everybody else oxygen, then there's no oxygen for you. Then guess what? Now no one gets oxygen, because you were the one that was holding the oxygen tank. And now you passed out and fell out the airplane. And now no one has it. See? So how'd that happen? I don't know. You fell back and hit the fucking door and you flew out. It's like, but nevertheless, no one gets oxygen. So we always have to make sure that we take care of ourselves first. And then again, and that's the strength that this person likes. It's a comfort in that. See, when people are counterfeit and they're like, oh, I don't really feel that strong with me. I don't really feel like you like me. So I'm going to come in and try and make you like me. Well, again, that's never works out, because the focus is really on, I don't believe you like me. So when we do things because we don't really think that we can have it, so we're going to overcompensate and bake all those cupcakes for Mary Jane, because hey, she needed help and I need to be liked. I need to be, put on the PTA for, guess what? You didn't get it and you stayed up all night baking those fucking cupcakes. Well, it's again because you didn't do it from the right intention. So we always want to come from the right intention to make sure what we manifest is good. And that's by being direct and clear, and by you not controlling this and letting this person have their way. You're actually building trust. You're building intimacy, like from the ground up for this person. And really, you're channeling your energy on growing yourself and seeing that the universe is actually supporting you, because the universe works through every single body, bringing you people, situations, and experiences to help you evolve. And that also means to create, because when we're innovation, this is what we're doing. We're innovative, but we're creating, and we're creating through whatever we have in the environment. So this is what is, like I said, astounding to this person about you. And this is the energy that's going to get you through. And why is that? Because you're in the energy of unconditional love. You're vibing at a high vibration when you are creating. That's why. Because you're pouring the energy into something that you love. So, of course, you're going to be the vibration of that love. That commands your environment to give you the respect. Why? Because you're not always available. And that's what Spirit's saying is like, let that person be on their own. You're not rescuing, you're not teaching, you're not showing. This is not that. The person doesn't need that. Oh, they might pretend that they do, but they'll learn quite quickly that that's not what you're going to do. And that I better get my shit together, because this person's not going to stick around for it. But if you come in like, oh, let me help you, then forget it. So Spirit is saying, remember, you're the one, you're teaching. This person is not, it's like you have to teach them because they're not on a high vibration, but you don't need to teach them with words. You're teaching them by action. I love myself. I take care of myself. This is the standard I expect. And really, spirit saying you control yourself. You don't control the environment. When you feel out of control, that's always when you will want to control. And that's what this person will have, make you trigger. It's going to trigger you because that's an old behaviorism. That spirit saying that really isn't working. It's not working for me. It's like we got to let go of that. And you're like, I don't know how. And the spirit says, I'll figure it out. Like, but you understand, you got to be present, and you got to, again, keep the focus on what you do and what you go and that, not the person, because there's traumas there. And when you integrate that lesson, you see yourself differently. You see the outcome differently. But it doesn't mean that you don't got to go through the fire. You got to go through the fire. So you might want to do some breath work. You might want to train your nervous system a little bit because, hey, it's overstimulating. It's overstimulating. This person triggers me. And Spirit says your mind can't be in two places at one time. Back to innovating, back to creating. Again, because that's going to make a way where there is no way just for you, that fills you up with passion that you don't even need it from this person. And that's what actually makes this person give you more, because you're not saying, you need to do it. You need to. And that's inevitably, I think, what this person knows. Again, the spirit knows. It's again, that's why spirit has a hand in this connection. And it doesn't really logically make sense that they do all this shit and then come back. But spirit says they learn. And with the soul's connection, it does. So I'm going to leave that there. I also wanted to share with you, because I forgot about my big secret surprise. I am launching something to help people heal the effects of trauma. I'm something really excited about it because I've been working on it for a really long time. I actually pulled it a few times to like perfect it. And now I'm really happy about it. I'm going to leave the link in the description box as well as the first comment, and you will be put on a waiting list, and when we're ready to unveil it, you will be the first to get notified. There's no charge to fill out the link, and we won't be selling your link to anybody or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about it. But I'm really excited about it. So if you're someone that's needing healing because you had one too many bad relationships or finances or whatever, you definitely want to check it out, because I believe that I've created something that will really help change the way that people learn to heal, because we have to learn how to have spiritual hygiene at this point within our evolution process. Look at what's going on within the world. You get bombarded every day by what's going on in the world, that there's not enough, we don't have enough, who's at war, who's this, who's that, where really spirit says it all starts with you. If you can heal yourself, you can create your own heaven on earth. And your own heaven on earth is going to be different than this person's, that person, the other person, but it doesn't matter. Because when you're vibing at such a high vibration of unconditional love, you're doing what you love, and you're abundant, you're in the flow of the universe, you don't care about what's going on with your neighbors. It doesn't mean that you want people to harm themselves, but if they were making a few $1,000s extra, would you care? No. If they would, you wouldn't care. You'd be so busy. It's like you wouldn't have time to look and see what the neighbor has. You wouldn't be comparing. You'd be able to be happy. And that's the thing. We have the power to heal our body and mind, but you have to love yourself enough to want to do it, to invest in yourself to do it. And that's the time. But I created something that's fun. So, because who the hell wants to do healing, and who wants to do it forever? We have to do it forever. But do you need to go to a counselor forever? No. It's like that should be a part of maintenance, the same way that you would If you're a woman, you're supposed to check your breasts, right? If you're a man, like, I don't know if you check your prostate, I don't know if you do stuff like that, but that you take care of yourself physically is what I'm trying to get at. The same way that mentally you take care of yourself. Well, we've come to a place within our evolution that we need to take care of ourselves spiritually, because everything happens in the spiritual realm long before it happens in the physical realm. And I saw my dad get cancer 9 times, and my mother was just as mentally sick as my father was physically sick. Sick goes to sick, and there was no spiritual help. And that's why I'm passionate about healing, because you can change your life. I changed my life. It's like I changed it. Does that mean I'm 100% healed? No. Does it mean that you ever get 100% healed? I think that life is a forever long lesson. You die when you don't learn anymore. But it's, again, I'm better than I was. And I know that if I could be more emotionally stable, have more focus, have more energy, because let me tell you, it does affect. When I had a root chakra imbalance, I was tired, I was lethargic, I had brain fog, because your emotions do that. And if you're always worried, you're always stressed out. Well, your body is your mind's faithful servant. And that's why my dad got sick as many times that he did. And he skipped grades in school. He was the smartest guy that you'd ever want to meet and the nicest guy. But he didn't know how to make his own sensitivity work. And he didn't like who he was because of the experiences that he went through. So again, we are not our experiences. And you can make the rest of your life the best of your life, but you gotta love yourself enough to do it. And it shouldn't be difficult. It should be easy and part of an everyday regimen, to be honest with you, if you're like healing. And that would mean like meditation, doing things like to help you tap into yourself, meditation, yoga, breath work, whatever it is to help train your nervous system. Because anyone that tells you that they're going to heal that for you, they can't. It's like it's your body. There are there are manifestations that happen from living in trauma where you program your body unconsciously. You don't realize it, but overactive immune system from living in survival mode. Highly sensitive nature. Well, again, what do you think that is? It's sensitive to everything. So learning how to balance yourself. Again, there's you'd be amazed when you heal yourself how you can change your life and transform your life. I know, I've seen it. I've in my life. So again, if this is something that interests you, then definitely fill out the link. I'd love to have you, but I'm only taking a few. I don't take a lot of people every time that I, you know, do projects, because again, I like to give it 100%. All right, guys. Till next time, be true to yourself. Zombie Molly. That is not the word of the video, though. Again, the video was healing. And Pri, I'm glad that you enjoyed the reading. And I want to thank everybody else for sharing your energy with me today. And will maybe be on later. I'm not sure. I've been trying to get on more. If not, I might just put up a regular video. But I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. And bye, Siska. Bye. I'm glad. Oh, good. I'm glad. Thank you, Pri. All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys later.